Salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Bah écoutez, on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour un petit stream donc sur The Outer World. On continue donc la découverte du jeu. J'en suis à mon troisième stream sur ce jeu. Donc pour l'instant, ça me plaît vraiment beaucoup. Donc j'ai excessivement du mal à décrocher à chaque fois que je joue. Voilà. Donc j'espère cette fois-ci que le son est pas mal. J'ai réaugmenté un petit peu. Donc voilà. Donc ici c'est bon. Tac, je fiche le chat. Bah écoutez, j'espère que vous allez bien. J'espère que vous survivez avec cette chaleur. Voilà. Temps de chargement un peu long. Du coup, on en était où dans les quêtes là? Alors, retourner à voir. On peut faire ça déjà. Allez, c'est parti. Ah, d'ailleurs, je regarde comment ça rend là. Sur le téléphone, les graphismes. Ouais, ça va, c'est pas trop mal. Franchement, ça rend même mieux sur le téléphone que sur l'écran, pour dire c'est ouf. Ça rend vraiment mieux sur le téléphone, quoi. C'est plus net, entre guillemets. Après, c'est parce que là, je suis sur mon écran qui est pas ouf. Mais bon. Du coup, ça va, le rendu est plutôt pas mal.
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look. So this is it then. The key to humanity. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
Donc c'est comme dans Fallout, hein, il y a le karma un petit peu. À côté là, à droite. Ah, du coup, on va remettre des points. Donc bah ça apparemment c'est rempli. Alors du coup, ah oui d'accord, on a des compétences, je savais même pas. 131 son bâton. Par contre on peut que faire ça quoi. Du coup je vais regarder, peut-être je vais non peut-être pas quand même. Je vais pas trier par hasard. Non mais c'est pas ça que je voulais moi. Ah oui d'accord, on peut pas bon bah je vais lui mettre quoi, je vais lui mettre quoi. Je lui mets ça et moi je vais regarder ce que j'ai parce que c'est bien beau de lui donner des trucs. Mais... ah oui ça c'est bien, ça c'est très très bien. Ça c'est 102 et ça 110. Maintenant quand même on va pas... ouais c'est ça quand... hop. Deux armes comme ça et deux armes comme ça, en fait je peux tout retirer en faisant ça. Ça pourquoi je peux pas l'enlever, j'en sais rien. Option. Du coup, voilà. Donc là du coup les armes plus puissantes normalement sont là. Donc ça c'est bien. Ça c'est bien. Et ça c'est bien. Du coup le reste je vais pouvoir le démanteler. Ou le vendre éventuellement. Je pense que je vais démanteler, ça serait bien. Comme ça, quand j'irai dans un établi, je pourrais peut-être l'améliorer du coup, puisque j'ai des pièces. On va laisser comme ça. Mince, je me suis encore trompé de touche. Alors voilà, donc on remonte la santé maximale ou bien. Après on pourra débloquer d'autres trucs. C'est cool ça. Du coup on en est où dans les quêtes là? Des quêtes. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Moi, je me suis trompée clairement de truc là. On va voir c'est où ça. 300 mètres. Ça c'est où? Voilà. Ça a l'air drôlement loin. C'est pas la porte d'à côté, on va pas faire ça. Bon vas-y, on va faire leur quête là. Et c'est quoi les deux quêtes? J'ai pas compris là. Des villes courantes, oui d'accord. Et du coup, mon personnage... Voilà, donc ici... Ouais, le choix, il est un peu casse-couille, mais bon.
Coming back.
En plus, je sais pas si on peut pas se TP là, parce que... Je dois aller là, moi, en plus. Parce que je pourrais pas me TP. Oui, ça peut être une idée aussi, hein. De marcher là. Dommage, les temps de chargement sont un peu longs parfois. Alors du coup, ils respawnent ou ils respawnent pas? J'ai l'impression que les ennemis respawnent pas. Tant mieux, dans un sens. Du coup, là, on va avoir un choix à faire, ça va pas être simple. Du coup, est-ce qu'on peut vendre tout ou pas? Donc ici, j'étais déjà venu hier, hein, j'avais tué.
Want to go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
En fait, ils sont chelous, je comprends rien où je dirige le courant là. Ouais. En fait, je sais même pas.
The last.
Ah, c'est quoi ça?
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you, do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd... In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the space... I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I just... Really? I mean, wow.
Voilà, donc on a redirigé le courant vers la ferme botanique. C'est un choix. On verra bien ce que ça va donner. Du coup, que je fasse quoi maintenant? Donc je vais voir si je peux me TP.
Is Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concerns and remains committed to guiding Edgewater into prosperity.
Oh là là. J'ai pas trop l'impression que ce soit là. Hein.
My whole life in that cannery.
Par où je passe? Ça commence compliqué si je sais pas par où passer là.
Maybe Adelaide was right.
Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you. He's inside. Hell of a time to start looking for work. Lucky for you, I am authorized. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just one per marauder, please. As long as you're... If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never... I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Dale. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat, also known as the board. I must admit it. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any... I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, or any felicitous relationship with a wanted criminal. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer... I am obliged to remind you that questioning the veracity of the board's orders is a punishable offense. Wells has been wanted for as long as the board decides he has been wanted. This decision... Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of... Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr. Udom Bedford. Mr. Bedford's office is located on the Groundbreaker. Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station. Mr. Udom Bedford represents the board's interest on the Groundbreaker. Something else I can do for you?
Comment je sais si je peux pas descendre? Parce que là,
Exercise patience.
ah bah c'est par là.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. That power regulator... Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide... Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. And as for me, I will tender my resignation. Whereupon I shall... Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth,
coming.
Ouais, c'est un petit peu chaud là.
Is Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concerns.
Alors la carte, la carte. Je sais même pas. Ah si. Et du coup on va se taper ici. Hein. Ça évite de marcher, ça fait gagner du temps.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so... Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought of... I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. Captain. I can call you Cap.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part. What can I do for you? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable. Our engine room is located behind you. Across.
À la faut passer par la soute. Je veux bien, mais c'est où? Trop fait voyage.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating with an I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an
Ok, donc là il a décollé carrément. Du coup, faut voir si les quêtes qui étaient activées elles sont toujours valables, si on peut y retourner ou pas. Ce serait dommage sinon que ça soit pas le cas.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of... What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help... You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find... Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the ground. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a... The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The Shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see. But promising. Exciting to see. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promise. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Ah voilà, donc on peut du coup... ouais. Du coup c'est compliqué là. Euh... Oui d'accord. Bah on va faire ça, hein, on va continuer l'émission. 2 compagnons, parfait. On peut en avoir jusqu'à 2, bah c'est parfait, il y en a un autre que je dois recruter en plus. Bon, moi je vais couper le micro vu qu'il n'y a personne pour l'instant, si jamais je suis là.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout, too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry, and shame she up and vanished when she did. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat. Something I can... I'll help if...
In a jiff.
Huh? You hiding?
Here they come!
Yes, attack!
You got it, Captain! Leave him to me! Everyone all right? Okay, here we go! Nice one! You're hurt! Ah! Careful, you're hurt!
Ceci est un gros fail. Enfin, je me suis carrément bloquée, du coup je suis morte. Hop là, bon bah du coup, on sauvegarde, hein. Bah du coup, oh, c'est bon, on peut y aller.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
On it! Nice one! Not a peep from me. On my way, sure. I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever... No. I insinuated myself into their company. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but... I don't know. The vital processes that constitute them... Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with... I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I've got all... Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or... I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of the Mass Marketeer? Why didn't you say so? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe. You pretty much did my job for me. At least, let me know if I can do something for you.
end this quick. That was quick.
If you've come to ask forgiveness for Reed Thompson's murder, I'm afraid OSI theology has little to say on the matter. I was told it was a stranger come to town. I see no other strangers about. But the workers of Edgewater may not be the most reliable witnesses. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French! Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yeah. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than... Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their neck. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Fantastic.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery. It is my esteemed pleasure to serve as your crew.
Power's gone. Law knows. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually up. You tried the best, now try the rest. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your... You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater, just wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe? They did. They gave me a life. What happened, you ask? What always happened? I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Well, now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like... Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacers... What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to... So... That right? I know that serial drama. They were playing it just the other night. You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't... Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a... Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull... Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there. My world is these 4 walls, that door... Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here, if they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see you,
They're going to have to learn to fend for themselves now, Amelia.
I've talked enough. The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a... Wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I got vague recollections of some folk... You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you... Then pretend you're drunk. Sober folk don't talk the way you are. Not unless... The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore. You're inviting trouble talking that way. And I don't... Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. Coming right up. Abernathy's got some bounce. Go ahead. Suppose I'd... What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work... Don't see what a Cleo worker's doing in Spacer country. Trying to eyeball... Well, good luck trying...
I find myself marveling at the complex something vexing. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with... that's what my parents... I grew up in a pit of a town. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My parents, ironic. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least... They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Scientism, as its name implies, believes that nature abhors equality. The strong survive, and reason, not emotion, is the seat of all morality. Wisdom. Yes? I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in... That's a good... We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus Scylla. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, seculars. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also... Thank you, Captain. Make your confession now!
Attacking!
I'm on it! Never anger a man of the cloth! Attack! Everyone all right? I smite you in the name of the law!
Sure thing!
Trouble incoming, Captain. Got
Wow, great work! Be right there. Got it!
Got a fight on our hands.
Smart! Heading back.
Cannery's dead. This is... Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of...
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it... We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. Was just a kid last time. I'll just need your signature here, here. Mabel Burgess. Age 37? I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. ever since the company first settled the Vale. Life's good out here, but it ain't easy. Some folk can't keep pace with the demands of front. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little... Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legal... What's on your mind? As long as you're...
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Can we chat?
Smells like grease and unwashed body.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they...
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the...
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. You'll want to take it up with Udam. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantine. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it's... I shouldn't be mentioning it. But what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board, if I had to take a guess as to why, you must... You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she... A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone... Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we... 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering. If you're thinking to make a career here, full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just... They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you... Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in a bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what... Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freight. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp... Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing. A few years before her... Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked this. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll... Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. All right. You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their... All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privilege. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations that we push them too hard. Maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for... Not that he would, being a board man and all. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole. Hmm?
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
If it wasn't for us.
Moi sur ce, je vais m'arrêter là. Je vous dis à la prochaine. Salut tout le monde.